Overthinking usually isn't about thinking too much. It's about trying to feel safe through thought. You replay a conversation from earlier. Did I say the wrong thing? Should I have explained myself better? Or you lie in bed at night, running through tomorrow, next week, or a decision you've already made. If you overthink, you might replay conversations, analyze decisions, or run through possibilities again and again. Not because you enjoy it, but because your mind doesn't feel able to rest. This isn't a lack of discipline or willpower. It's often a nervous system that hasn't yet learned that it's safe to stop scanning. Research shows that chronic stress can keep the nervous system in a state of heightened alert, even when no immediate danger is present. What overthinking really is? Overthinking is often treated as a habit that needs to be stopped. But from a nervous system perspective, it's a protective strategy. At some point, thinking became the way you stayed ahead, anticipating, preventing mistakes, or avoiding future pain. When the body feels uncertain or under threat, the mind steps in to create a sense of control. Thinking becomes the solution. That's why telling yourself to just stop thinking rarely works. The thinking isn't the problem. It's the strategy your system found when safety didn't feel guaranteed. Why overthinking feels impossible to switch off? Many people notice that overthinking increases at night, when things are quiet, after emotional interactions, or when a decision matters. Stillness removes distraction, and the nervous system fills that space with vigilance. You might be physically still, but your body feels tense, unsettled, or restless. That's because the thinking is responding to something felt, not something logical. The mind is trying to regulate what the body hasn't yet been able to. Why reassurance and logic don't last? You might understand logically that things are okay. You tell yourself you've done your best, that nothing is happening which is bad. And for a moment, that might help. But if the nervous system still feels unsafe, the thinking returns often stronger. Not because you didn't reason well enough, but because the system needed regulation, not explanation. Working with overthinking gently. In a nervous system-informed approach to therapy, overthinking is approached with respect rather than resistance. Instead of trying to eliminate it, we explore what the system is trying to prevent, when thinking became necessary, and how to create enough safety so the mind doesn't need to work so hard. Because overthinking is driven by subconscious threat responses rather than logic alone, a nervous system-led approach to therapy often works with those patterns directly, using NLP, hypnotherapy, and mindset coaching to reduce the need for constant mental scanning. As the nervous system begins to settle, people often notice thoughts flowing naturally, less urgency to figure out everything, improved sleep, and more mental space. Not because thinking was controlled, but because it was no longer required for safety. So what happens if overthinking is ignored? When overthinking is constantly pushed down or criticized, it often intensifies. Over time, It can contribute to anxiety, exhaustion, decision paralysis, loss of confidence, and emotional overwhelm. This isn't because the mind is faulty. It's because it's been carrying responsibility alone for too long. So overthinking isn't a personal flaw. It's a sign that your system has been working hard to protect you. When that protection is understood and supported, the mind can finally rest. If that resonates, nothing needs fixing. Something needs supporting.